Hello guys, Genuine here of Genuine Gaming, and here are my important tips to survive Baldur's Gate 3 in Honor mode. There are no exploits or tricks in this video, but honorable tactics worthy of the Honor mode. Take it slow. This may be your third or fourth run in Baldur's Gate 3. If you're brave enough, this might be your second run. This is a tendency to do things quickly because you have played this game so many times. If you do things quickly, there is a great chance of making a mistake. A mistake that could wipe out the whole of your party, making you lose your Honor mode run. I suggest that you explore with caution and careful planning and strategizing to avoid missteps that would lead to the end of your run. Taking it slow could save you a lot of time compared to doing it quickly, which leads you to a total wipeout. This would lead you to start again with your Honor mode run. Know when to avoid combat. I do not suggest avoiding all combat at all costs. I am more inclined to suggest choosing your fight well. However, you would receive the same amount of experience if you pass all ability checks to avoid combat. The downside of avoiding combat is that you would miss out on lootable items. More loot means more gold, and more gold would mean more supplies and awesome items. If you're confident that you can beat the enemy, beat them in combat. If not, try other ways. This is what I like about Baldur's Gate 3. There is no one way of completing a quest. If you're creative enough, you will always find another way of completing a quest. Stack camp supplies. Having a good amount of long rests is essential for Honor mode. You would always want to have all of your spell slots with you at those important and difficult moments in the game. If you lack camp supplies, that would mean you will not have those full spell slots with you. You do not want to miss out some spell slots after a long rest. You would always want your party members strong, as having full spell slots is key to winning on Honor mode, as this would make your party members powerful and strong. Always keep a lookout for them as you explore. This would save you a lot of gold and give you a lot of chances for a long rest. Party composition. To make things easier in Honor mode is to have a well-balanced party composition. You should have a tank, a damage dealer or a striker, a crowd controller, and a healer. If you know how to optimize your build, you will be able to make a tank who is also good at dealing damage, a crowd controller who is also a healer, a striker who is also a healer, and all those other combinations. If you build your party this way, you can always mix and match their roles depending on the situation. Another important thing, do not forget to always bring with you the best phase of your party, be it a bard or a rogue. These are the only two classes that have the so-called expertise ability, wherein you get to add twice your proficiency bonus. Prepare before you explore. You do not only prepare before a boss fight in Honor mode. After a long rest, always prepare your party. The following spells are best cast after a long rest: Aid, Long Strider, Summoning Spells, and Freedom of Movement. Cast your summoning spells first before casting Aid, so that those summoned creatures also get the effects of the Aid spell. If you are playing a warlock with Pack of the Blade, do not forget to bind your weapon after a long rest. If you are a wizard without armor, do not forget to cast Mage Armor, as these small things are vital in Honor mode. Elixirs are also a great help, not only during boss fights, but during exploration as well. Doing it this way maximizes well the use of your elixirs, and at the same time, this optimizes your party members. An optimized party member is always ready for a difficult combat ahead. Always keep in mind that elixirs last until your next long rest. Retreat to camp if needed. If you feel that you are losing in combat, or if you're about to be wiped out by a difficult enemy, run away and retreat to camp. The most effective way that I do this is to cast an invisible spell or drink an invisibility potion to stop combat. Once combat stops, retreat to camp and resurrect your fallen allies with withers. It will cost you some gold, but it saves your Honor mode run. Fighting a losing battle is not always a good idea. The best way is to retreat to camp, evaluate the mistakes that you made, strategize for the encounter, and try again. Number 7. Consistently inspect and examine your enemies. Knowing how to beat your enemy with a few rounds is key in owner mode. Consistently check your enemy's vulnerabilities and resistances so as not to waste your turn or your powerful spell at them. A great example of this is a battle with Grim. If Grim is not heated up, he is invincible. He is immune to almost everything. However, if he is heated up by the magma, he is still resistant to most of the damage but vulnerable to blunt weapons. Hitting Grim with a blunt weapon can save you more turns compared to hitting it only with slashing or piercing weapons. Another thing you should be careful of, especially when you reach Act 3, is the enemy's ability called Radiant Retort. They are vulnerable to radiant damage, but they also deal radiant damage on you, but double the damage that you deal them. If you are not careful, this would immediately kill your character. To avoid these petty mistakes, consistently inspect and examine your enemies. So, those are my tips. Did I forget some tips that are very important in playing Honor Mode? Write them in the comment below. If you're a beginner and want to try Tactician Mode, here is a video for you. See you there. Ciao.